World of YouTube, terrible sight here with another missing murderous case. And just like every other case I've talked about on Unsolved Worcester, this one is very bizarre. It's got two parts. The next one comes out tomorrow. I had to make the time, excuse me for coughing, Jesus Christ. I had to make the time to do this, but here it is today. And this is another case that leaves your mind like, WTF. I mean, literally, it's just one of them cases that you're going to be sitting there saying, well, why wasn't, or why was, or how come, and, you know, it just blows your mind. Literally. We are talking about Sabrina Hathaway. Disappeared. Around December something 2014. This is a later date because this man here was her boyfriend. Mind you, what twists this case insanely is that this poor girl was raped at 7 years old. And when she got to this age right here, which I believe was 22, 23, and the rapist literally came back up to her. And they didn't say, I don't know if he's going to be something in part 2 of one of the suspects, but came up to her and said, I should have waited. Now, how sick is that? I mean, wow. For that guy to even have the gall to step up in her face and for whatever reason, you know, yeah, the courts do throw a court order to stay away from the victim. But this guy had a lot of BALS, and then again, no balls to step up in this woman's face after damaging her life and scarring her brain just to tell her I should have waited. Oh my God, if I was around that guy, I'd have bust his jaw. And I would have stomped that dude. Because no woman needs to have that put up in their face. Now, whether or not this guy did something, but this guy seems like he looks like a, you know, kind of tough guy looking guy. At the time, if I was a boyfriend, say so, yeah, I would have been knocking that guy to the floor. No one needs to ever be talked to like that. And why nothing came out of this is beyond me. I mean, if she would have had to get another restraining order, so be it. But that only goes to show you how deranged this case is. So I don't know, also around this time, these two, I don't know, they might have been seeing each other for a year or 2 years or something. Finally, it got rough around the edges. You know, they supposedly broke up, but yet they ended up going to a party together. Left the party together. Friends dropped them off at this guy's grandmother's house. And they spent the night. Next morning, he gets up, she's gone. Of course, he had no involvement with her disappearance. It's been too long, and I've let all the lies and misinformation go on too long without responding. You people are getting information from people that are strung out on heroin. Yeah. And this guy did get interviewed, and I guess the producer of Unsolved Worcester was a news reporter and got the interview with this schmuck. And according to Crozer, or whatever his name has, Hathaway has been gone the entire week before December 20th. Sabrina had gone a week before the 20th. She left on the 13th. I didn't hear from her. I see from her a whole week until the 20th. She told me on the 13th, I'm not coming home now. She showed up with police and retrieved her stuff from his home. And after that, disappeared. It gets even more stranger, folks. Even more stranger. Because right up until her disappearance, of course, you got two suspects. A child molester and this doofus. Two doofuses. Two jerks. Two who knows what they did or what they... I mean, if anything, picture says 1,000 words, and this guy looks like a jealous freak or a control freak. You know, I still gotta do my triangle of love. What I put in perspective of what love should be and what it should not be. And that's will be coming soon. Although this guy, you know, cooperated with police, everything seemed to be, you know, falling in place. But to say that this was just an acceptable story, well, that's where the SHIT gets weirder. So, I'm gonna go this way. Here we have a house, 11. I think it has been rebuilt. I am going to attempt to maybe see if I can do a ghost hunt here. I don't know if the people will let me. All I need to do is stand within the yard of the area. But I would like to attempt a ghost hunt because this is supposedly the last house that Sabrina was last in with the boyfriend. And as you can see, it's boarded up. A grandmother's house. Now, one would ask, why would this kid bring a girl home to a grandmother's house? And, Spanish people, as he looks, are very religious. I would assume they obey by God's rules. Bringing unwedded people home, but if not, hypocrites. But what is very bizarre is that whenever all this stuff happened at this grandmother's house, where was the grandmother? Because it doesn't say nothing in this video, unless it's in part 2, about anything about the grandmother. Because not only supposedly this is the grandmother's house, the grandmother's supposed to be living in this house. This stupid SOB went off and caught this place on fire. Now at first it was a mysterious random fire, but officers and cadaver dogs that do fires sniffed a trail of, say so, gasoline or whatever they use, a pour line, we'll call it, where you start pouring, say so, gasoline, you will find a pour line. And that means they dump the gas up into a bed. They dump gas up into some table or something, or a couch. I mean, if you want to watch this, it's on Unsolved Worcester for the whole thing. But like I said, I'm just giving always my thoughts, theories, ideas. And man, this has got a lot of questions that need to be answered. So as they found all these pour lines, as we will call them, someone pouring a burning, fire-starting substance. Yeah, where the hell did grandmother go? And how they did this and found out, they ended up catching this guy down in Florida. Now, whether or not the grandmother went to Florida and he went down there with her, or was she at this freaking apartment, it's beyond me. It's crazy. This story is intense, insane. But for this to happen, yeah, the grandmother must have not have been there. Whether he was renting it out from his grandmother or the grandmother just let him stay there and she, whatever, staying with another relative. Whatever the case may be, I think what happened with that fire is what happened to Sabrina. Now, I was thinking that maybe, oh, geez, maybe she was in there and they were trying to burn it. They buried her under a floorboard or something, but the place was torn down. That means no bodies were ever found. Did they do luminol in that house to check for any blood splatter or any blood at all is the question. But once again, the house is now completely gone. Torn down. And obviously not fully checked. I mean, yes, they brought the dogs in to find out it was arson. Led it to him, but was she murdered in that house and removed? Which is the question. So, I mean, as you can see here, there's a car in the driveway. Whether or not it's his car, looks like either old, I want to say like a 2000 Camaro or Firebird, whatever the case may be. Here's a car that could have dragged her out, threw her in the trunk. Was that ever searched? A lot of questions that need to be answered. Was luminol ever, spread across this house to see if there's any blood spatter? Nothing. Any fingerprints to indicate, to say so she was there. Most important, the blood. If there, but then again, if he strangled her or whatnot, you ain't gonna get nothing out of that. But I think for a fire to be started, something sinister had to happen in that house, and blood had to have been drawn. So I did go about looking. Now, go figure. In the video, they show this house, and I don't know why, because it is not the house. I thought I took a damn picture of that. Nope, I guess I didn't. But, oh no, I screenshotted it. So anyway, let's go to the screenshot box. And, start off here. As you can see, they call it 11 Dixfield Road. But as you can see, this is Dixfield Street. Now, whether or not, I don't know why they did this. Because if you're going to draw attention to someone's house, which they did in this video, that to me is very dangerous. But this is 11 Dixfield Road. And I should have brought that picture over. As you can see here, the porch, I believe, the concrete steps, I believe these are the original steps of the old house. With that being said, I gotta go back here, go back here, go back. Camera. No. As you can see here, the steps look like on the left side that they go downward into the ground, which as you can see the other steps, they go sideways. Now, due to the fact that I believe that the steps may have settled, I believe that's what had been done. But I don't know if them are the original railings they have, because you can't get a good glue. Glue. a good visual look at it. I don't know, I got glue out of that. Or maybe I was trying to say clue. But anyways, in all seriousness, you can see the steps do tilt to the left. Which brings me back to the camera, to this. Oops. Here we have the steps tilting to the left. So if there was any drops of blood that came off this body, I would assume maybe something could be still there to drop some luminol on. But the question is, was anything done in that matter? I would have liked to know, but I mean, I'm going to probably comment on this case, which there's other cases that this Unsolved Whistler is done, but like I say, they only talk about the basics. You know, you can leave a comment and ask a question, but, and I'm for damn sure you're not going to get an answer, and I'm sure for damn sure that if I do say something, oh, we can't talk about that, still under investigation, you know, all that crap, and they don't want to reveal, but I don't know. All in all, I know is whatever happened into this house was luminol, and it was back in 2014. You know, luminol's been around for a good while, so why no one did it? And I think that's why this house was meant to be catched on fire. That's right. Why? Because of the simple fact of they were trying to burn evidence. And that would be blood. But I have to wait till, you know, part 2 of this to get a better visual of it. But so far, that's what I think. That whoever or whatever this person did, whether it be the child molester or the boyfriend. But then again, they say there's other suspects, so but I think that's, you know, what I think is happened. And this boyfriend, for whatever reason, gonna tear that house down, burn it. Something sinister had to been done. But other than that, I mean, these are the cases, man, that really sit there and drill a drill bit in your head and make you just can't think, and oh my God, it's like, what the F, and oh, what happened? You want to know what happened. But unfortunately, this girl still hasn't been found. Whether or not this boyfriend or another suspect have taken her. Some claim that she was buried out of state. Some believe she could be buried in this area, which there is, as you can see in the background, wooded area. And there is woods behind this house, heavily thick. When you look on Google Maps, I think I did get that. Did I? I hope I did. Did I? I didn't do a friggin' aerial. Damn it. Ah. But as you can see in this video, I don't know, on maps it shows this house got a lot of woods in the back. But yet there's, as you can see, looks like you can see houses in the back. But let me go real quick. Hey, there's that ugly guy creeping up on us. Ah! Come on. Elephant, you darn stupid doofus. No! You bloody bastard. There. So I want to give a visual of this street. There's the house. Wait a minute. What? Oh, supposedly the other house has more woods. Mind you, these two damn streets connects. And look, Dixfield Street has all the, but when you look on the maps, it looks like these woods have been cut. But Yeah, I forgot. This is the street, and I mean, there's a little bit of trees. I thought there was more, but I'm thinking of the other side. So and look, on the, yeah, this is an old, because the house ain't even there. As you can see on Google Maps, it's not even there. So whatever house is there now has been rebuilt that we just seen, but yeah, as you can see, there's no house here. So whatever's built there now is, I don't know how long ago it was built, but if this was an empty lot, I would have loved to gone there. But I'm going to check it out anyways to get a visual. As you can see, that big tree that's still there. So if anybody had any opportunity to bury a body here at the time, I'm pretty sure they could have. Especially in this little mix of woods, just to cover up. But I do believe they took the body elsewhere. But where? Yeah, we'll never know. Till someone cracks under pressure. But other than that, part 2, and I also got to go over that other case. Save the best for last of the other girl that went missing. The one with the college professor. I pulled up an article, and mind you, it was never mentioned in the Unsolved Worcester. But I will get to that soon to update on that. And it's something very interesting. Blow your mind. So with that being said, till the next video, be safe, take care. Always beware. That's right, you'll never know when you end up with the wrong person, or the wrong person walks up to you and just makes you disappear. The most scariest thing on earth is this. There, not there. That's right. When you just vanish in thin air. Be safe, people. Always keep your fist and eyes open. Out.